Well, good morning, everybody. How are we today? Is everything working? Looks like I got some stuff working anyway. Again, YouTube trying to give me a hard time trying to get the stream started. Something to do with about the automatic versus manual auto start thing in Streamlabs. I give up with it. Anyway, I know what to look for. That's why I'm 30 seconds late, or 60 seconds late. Anyway, what did you get? Robert Mack, looks like he's joined in the stream there early. And then of course Warren Threot, good morning, how are you? And Mr. Mitch, g'day Mr. Mitch, how's it going? And Mark Verdun, and Dallo's here, nice and early. Good morning, Dallo, how you doing? Yes, so I've got a bit of a focus problem. Yes, so happy Thanksgiving to all those Americans that might be watching. What are you doing watching my stream? Aren't you supposed to be eating turkey? Charles will be here momentarily, will he? Okay, good. Yes, I was talking. I'm waiting for Oggy to turn up. He was telling me about some of the crazy stuff that happens in the Thanksgiving genre, people's houses burning down, and I thought that was quite funny. He's telling me a story about like people don't cook anymore. Like they don't not talk at the basics of cooking in America, and so they'll go out and buy this massive big turkey and they'll deep fry it. And so what they do is they grab the turkey out of the freezer. They get the nice big bowl, like they actually buy these kits for Thanksgiving. They buy these big bowls and they put all the cooking oil in there, get up the temperature, and then they just get the chicken or the turkey and they plump it in. And of course, what happens when you put ice cold or an ice block into boiling hot oil, it just goes and people's houses burn down. Quite funny. Of course, it sounded better when he told it. Happy Thanksgiving. There we go. Peter Club, good morning. How are you? Kevin Pearson, g'day. And Robert Groves, g'day. How you doing, Robert? Yes, that's the story of how Thanksgiving works in America. Of course, like people of our age, know the fact that we had sort of things like home economics where they taught you the basics about don't put ice cold or freezing cold turkeys into boiling hot water because the oil will explode. But again, sort of they've taken sort of basics of home economics out of the school curriculum, and now everybody eats fast food because they don't know how to cook. Isn't that the way it works? Anyway, so look, I'm still preparing some material. I got some stuff here ready to go. I've got 3 articles I thought were interesting to do with the what they call deep fake stuff, but it's still something I'm looking for that I come across about a year ago that I really wanted to sort of add to that whole genre. So we'll find it by next week. But it is it's a big topic of conversation at the moment, especially obviously after the election and everything else that America had. But we'll get onto that sort of stuff next week, hopefully. Paul in Sydney, g'day. How are you? So, what's everybody been doing? Anybody outside America having Turkey Day? I know we got our Bangkok meetup group with Jerry. They've got something. Excuse me again. They've got something organised for tonight at some sort of restaurant. We have to have reduced numbers now because of the whole maximum amount of people you can have at any one sitting. I think it's open to 25 people. I don't normally go to it because Thanksgiving's not part of my life routine. It's very much an American sort of holiday. Oh, Kevin, that's no good. Condolences for your poor little pussycat. I know when I had had to put my dog down, he was it was one of the saddest days of my life. He was 16 years old, and he's got to that point in life where just things just cease to function. So he had 3 days of severe distress where he could hardly walk. I took him to the vet. The vet sort of said, look, we could pep him up with all these drugs and give him another probably 6 to 12 months of life. It'll be nowhere near the sort of life that he had prior to, obviously, everything shutting down. Or we could go through the process. And I just said, well, I don't want him suffering any longer. So, yep, put him in my arms like that on the vet table while he gave him that injection. And you just one of the saddest things. Sorry, I can't. It's one of the saddest things to actually have to do. But yeah, he went peacefully, and yeah, what can I say? Anyway, I want to change the subject before I start crying. Pets do. They end up being the closest family members. Charles Cox, good morning. I had 2 going on at the same time. Two live streams. That's pretty neat. How do you do that? Only 5 years old. Okay, and lived in a secure dementia wing here. I sucked it up. Know your pain. Anyway, nice to see fellow Anzacs. Yeah. So it's always good to keep in touch with the people down under. But the only contact I really have with the people down under, the only relative, no, my only sibling I've got in Australia, she doesn't talk to her father. So, well, she doesn't deliberately not talk to her father. It's just her lifestyle and doesn't feel the need to reach out to her father. I'm sure that if she finds herself in some sort of financial distress or something like that in the future, or goes through a bad breakup or a relationship or something, she might come running back. But hey, kids these days, you bring them up to be strong and independent, and they get to 26 years old and they say, well, I'm strong and independent, see you, Dad. And that was it. Dal, you went through the same thing with your dog. Yeah, I know, it's always a sad thing. Our first major, first pet before Monty, he actually died at home. But he was this actually was a tick bite. We knew the fact that, we found the tick too late. He had already sort of succumbed to the thing, and I was going to take him to the vet that night, but he actually passed away during the day when Angie was with him. So yeah, he went pretty quickly. Charles, so was Mr. Mitch, Charles and I on different streams of yours that started. Oh, okay, so you picked up the second one that started, yes. I don't know why it didn't pick up. I didn't want to make sure it started on the one that we actually scheduled. I actually should go and have a look at that. If I can, just sort of make sure that we fix everything up. Otherwise it gets YouTube all confused and they don't know what's going on. Videos. Live, yeah, that one, live replay, that one there went for 27 views on the live replay. Yeah, it just don't know what happened. It just something just glitched in the system. So I should delete that one. Delete forever. I understand. Delete forever. Yeah, okay, so we had 27 people to join, that 1 minute stream, which is good to know, but let's work with the scheduled one, it always helps. All good. Anyhow, now, which bank is best to deposit? the required amount of cash to secure residence. Well, if you're coming to retire and you're in your home country, right, doing the whole process, they will take bank statements, certified bank statements from any bank, showing that either you have the money in the bank or you had the income. Now, in my case, the fact that I was showing my regular monthly income going into that bank account, which, because the fact that the house the money from the house only dropped in within the last 30 days, so it hadn't been in the bank account for the previous 3 months. But the thing is, they showed the bank account had a regular income into the bank for 3 months, for the 3 months, as well as that final last deposit, which was, I won't go into the amount, which secured it. So any bank in Australia, as long as it shows the regular income or the required amount, it doesn't matter which bank you got. When you come to do the renewal, that's obviously you've got 12 months to put that all together, and pretty much any of the standard banks, like I'm with K Bank, Bangkok Bank. I think Robert Grove says he's with Bangkok Bank. I think he's got 2 or 3 other accounts as well. We've got other accounts here. I got SCB, and I've got Krung Siri. They're the 4 accounts. They're the 3 banks that we've got here. They all do it properly. Any bank that has international connotations, was it UIB or UAB is one, Citibank, UOB I think it is, UOB, Citibank, and I think there's also, was it that Chinese one, what was it, HSBC, they're no longer approved banks because they don't have major holdings in Thailand. Or more to the point, I was to say, probably because of the fact that the Thai government hasn't got the power to look into the financial affairs of the bank. That's probably why they no longer accept it. It's got to be a Thai bank, as they say. So yeah, hopefully that sort of answers your question there. But so you've got 12 months to do. Once if you're over there, once you've got over here, you've been here 12 months and everything else, you've had plenty of time to put it in. But I would still recommend that that original 12 months that you had, that money should be in the bank 3 months before you go for your renewal process. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. That's a new requirement. It wasn't a requirement when I did it on my first renewal, but it's become a requirement now. I've even been reading some of the stuff. There's a few people have been posting recently talking about the fact that when you go for your visa renewal process, they're now giving you a letter to say to report back to immigration 90 days after, to again show an updated bank account. Now, it didn't happen with me, but it's been happening with a lot of people over the last 12 months. And I think one of the reasons it's going on there is when they're fronting up to do their renewal, they're showing a bank account with a deposit with no activity. When they see a bank account with no activity and just the deposit amount, it flags a red flag in their system. In my case, the money goes in, it's coming out all the time. It's a used bank account used by me, and they can see regular deposits and withdrawals and money coming in, money going out, and of course the balance. So it doesn't flag that flag, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely something to consider. If you just got money sitting in a bank doing nothing, and it's probably going to flag that 3 monthly visit after your visa renewal, which will probably sort of mean you'll have to go and visit them again, with a bank account. So Warren Theron, I was devastated when my old dog had a tragic accident in 2005. She was 17. I think she was an Australian Shepherd. We had, we're talking about, look, we've actually had 3 pets in that sort of thing. We've had the 2 dogs as our family, but the thing is, we had a little sort of I don't know whether it was a cross Pomeranian something or rather. There was a small dog. We used to call him was it he male or female? I think it was female. CQ. My father actually found the dog, rescued it from a box, a box that was on the side of the road. He was doing back in this, the 60s. The radio hams used to do this thing called a fox hunt. Now it's not what you do in England, which is like you set a fox loose. It's actually somebody in a 2-way radio sets out what they call a signal from a vehicle, and then of course they give them 15 to 20 minutes start, and they're on the road, and then the radio hams will then try, then they'll track that signal. It's what they call the radio ham fox hunt. Anyhow, so my old man was out doing the fox hunt and come across CQ, and we had that dog, and again it was hit by a car when I was 9 years old. It didn't. It worried me back then, but you're very resilient at 9 years old. That those sort of things just, your dog died. Well, the dog was chasing a car. Dogs die when they chase a car. You sort of get to accept that sort of stuff. Didn't really sort of have the same effect as the dog you rescued from the pound, from death row, and he lives to a ripe old age of 16. So what do you do? Anyway. Mark Verdun, I met the local manager of SCB in Rayong. He seems okay, good services, provide you help and everything. If you can get a bank manager with who speaks the language, it's really helpful. I know when I transferred from Citibank into Cassicon, I rocked up at Cassicon branch and I sort of said, sorry, unless of course you've got a work visa, we won't give you an account. And we had to explain to them the fact that the ordinance, as long as you are a resident in Thailand, here's my yellow book, here's the ID, right, here's my visa, right, I am a retiree, residential, like blah blah blah. And she went out the back room, spoke to somebody, came back and started all the paperwork. Again, so the Thais don't really know how the system works either. Warren Theer, what's going to financial requirement for an education visa? I haven't heard of any. If anybody else can answer that question, it'd be helpful. Because basically you're coming here to study, and that's the thing. Once you've got your visa for education, you've been vetted by obviously the school that's going to take you on, and I don't think I actually have. Let's sort of see. Actually, before I had this funny thing I thought I'd just bring up on the screen just before we go on to that little question. Just in case you were wondering, so there you go. Satan offering Black Friday deal to trade only 50% of your soul for a lifetime of riches. You got to get onto this one, guys. You got to get onto this one, seriously. A nice circle of hell claiming that untold wealth could be yours for a low, low price of half your immortal essence. Satan, the great tempter and prince of darkness, announced this morning a Black Friday deal in which human beings could trade a mere 50% of their soul for a lifetime of riches. If you've ever dreamed of being rich beyond your wildest imagination, but don't want to give up your entire soul to do it, then I have a deal for you, said the father of lies, speaking in hideous guttural tones, as he explained that fortune, power, and influence had ever been more affordable than you were right now to the mortals who scrolled the promo code I can't even say that. The word
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles in your blood upon the door of your home. Oh, look, the Onion always comes out with some great articles, don't they? Issued at 8 a.m. today, my time. There you go. So there you go. The Prince of Darkness. That's a Black Friday deal. You have to just jump on there, guys. Just give him a call. Just get out there. Blood on the door, no problem. He'll visit tonight, and that's it. You get to live for half your soul, and you get the lifetime of riches. What? Seriously, Black Friday deals. They're just all around. Did you take access to any Black Friday deals, Oggy?
No, not at all.
No.
But you notice he does not guarantee how long your life will be.
Well, this is part of the trickery. You see, you got to read the fine print, right? The fine print. So it's all in the fine print.
You win the lottery and you suffer a heart attack the same day.
You've got to watch the series called Supernatural. There is a TV series that's been going for 15 seasons now called Supernatural, and they're always on about the fine print and the crossroad deals and all that sort of stuff. It's quite comical. I love it. I can't go without it. Anyway, so what's the financial requirements? Okay, let's see if we can find some financial requirements.
Probably. You're either smarter than the rest of us, or you just haven't made her your ex yet.
Okay. Let's see if the actual immigration actually has something here. Education visa, known as a non-immigrant ED visa. The visa is any foreign age national 12 and over who intends to stay in Thailand for the purpose of attending recognised full-time education course. To be considered a full-time education student must attend classes for at least 100 hours every 90 days of their visa. Requirements. To apply, you have to be accepted full-time education, so you need obviously the be accepted. Training program or internship. School course must be recognised by Thai government, and the course must require the students to attend classes for at least 100. That's roughly 8 to 10 hours a week. You will need to supply the following documents: a passport or travel document of at least 6 months validity for the planned date of arrival, a completed visa application, 2 passport photos, a completed TM87 application form, blah blah blah. School needs to have letter of acceptance, evidence of enrollment, school subscription, blah blah blah. If you're already studying, you must supply a copy of your academic record, student ID. You may be asked for additional proof of study and finances. In some cases, you will be asked to prove that you have a minimum bank balance of $500 for every 90 days of your visa application. There we go. It's only $500. How to apply?
15,000 baht every 90 days?
Yeah, you got to. Obviously, that's it. It looks like that's what it says. You may be asked.
I wonder how much the courses are. That might be the cheapest way to stay in the country.
Re-entry permits, 3,800 baht, multiple entry visa, 1,000 baht for single entry. Okay, well there you go. Looks like probably bank account balance with $500. Sounds pretty decent. Hopefully that answered your question. Okay, going to the banking sort of high Kevin Palmer. I have my army pension and independent income. Is there a restriction of bringing money into the country beyond the usual? Well, I haven't heard any restrictions bringing money in. I have heard problems of getting money back out. And what happens there is people accruing income here. They've come in on one of those letters of authority that that have been canned, where they had a pension. They came into the country, they had a pension, right, and then they want to leave the country, and they've accrued some wealth, right, because of what their pension was, right, and it's managed to accumulate in that Thai bank, and then they try to get it out. I've heard those people have had problems trying to get the money out of the bank. Whereas as long as you keep records, and I can obviously request those records from Citibank Australia of the transfer I did when if I was to leave, that is, which I very much highly doubt. I could request those records and say, I'm sorry, but I deposited that money in 2016 to this bank here. Here's the transaction record that's been certified. Right, I'm now taking that money back out of the country. They can't stop me. What their biggest problem is wealth accumulation in the country and then taking it to a different country. That's where they start to really get upset about. Andy Stubbs, HSBC Bank crooks. A lot of funny money goes through them. Yeah, well, they were raked over the coals at the GFC in 2008 as well, weren't they? From my memory. And I seem to have lost my position on the. Oh, there it is. God, we're way. Keep people amused for 5 minutes. What? Tell them the turkey story. People burning their houses down. I don't tell it as well as you did.
Oh, just people in the U.S. that aren't smart enough to deep fry a turkey the correct way, and they'll do things like drop it in when it's still frozen, so it's got so much moisture in it, it basically vaporizes the moisture, which vaporizes the superheated oil, which then becomes a flaming column of of fire that will just, if they're too close to the house, it'll just light the whole house on fire. And they had somebody in. I didn't see what city it was, but they were doing that outside. That situation happened. They burnt down 3 houses because they're row houses. So the house that was doing it caught on fire, and the 2 on either side, all 3 gone. All because somebody wanted a turkey for dinner. These
anyway.
should not be allowed access to fire, which is the most basic right for those of us who have come out of the caves.
Well, that's the thing. Well, like the Golga Frinchams of 2 million years ago, they had a big, powwow about, what should they do with this thing that called fire. It sounded very fascinating. Like, should it be taken nasally, Mark Verduen, my ex-wife took his soul, so you can't sell it twice, I've been told, Mark. Once you sell it once, that's it. Selling a second time, that's reneging on the deal.
She took your balls, she didn't take your soul. The soul's still up for grabs. She knows that's worthless.
So as we get 3 jazzes joined us, Johnny Siam, good morning, how are you? Don't like Black Friday, as here is a here was burnt out by bushfire. Yes, right. So Black Friday, that's right. That was the big Black Friday in Victoria, wasn't it? From memory, it's many people lost their lives of a big bushfire. I can't remember the history of it. I think it was Black Friday, 30 years ago, something like that. You could probably update us with the Black Friday thing information if you wanted there, John. Just Robert just spoke to a friend of mine who has an education visa, had to show a balance of okay, so $500 every 90 days. I'm sure that loophole is going to be sort of taken care of at some stage.
Well, they probably don't want to, because that's money coming into the country by them paying that education fees.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing that with this, people keeping money in that bank account, it doesn't move, right? What money are you using to spend? Have you got another, you've got another bank account, sort of, making money, so that it's like an extra stringent thing. And if they sort of see there's action on the bank account, I think you tend to avoid the scrutiny.
I mean, wouldn't you be able to just put the 800,000 baht in the account and then just have your pension come in and take it out as so long as you maintain over that 800,000 balance, there's no reason not to run your regular pension through it.
Yeah, the ones that I seem to have heard, the situation is that they're holding a 800,000 baht deposit in just one account, and the only thing it gets
deposit account, and that's all that's in it. And they're not doing anything with it. So
that's it. All it does is get minuscule, 0.01 interest, which they tax 50% or something on. But it's quite bizarre.
You get 10 cents, 5 cents of it went to the government. Thank you very much.
Mark Verdu, and they say marriage, everyone must try marriage at least once. I loved it so much I did it twice. So did Oggy, from what I understand.
Say what?
Did you do it twice? Did you get married twice? Yes, that's right.
I have served 2 10-year sentences.
That's it. You loved it so much you had to do it a second time round, yes.
Well, the first time around, you're like, no, that couldn't be the way it works. And then the second time, it's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to get out of this.
Kevin Pearson and Mark at 53 never had done it once. I watched siblings' marriages fail. I learned. Yeah, that's right. So many people never look at the big picture of what's happening around them.
Well, in most cases, all you got to do is look at your parents' marriage. I mean, come on, guys.
Is bar girl-nology counted? I'm not quite sure about that one, 3Js.
They might have a special course on on bar girlology.
Johnny Syme, I think when a person gets their first tourist visa, it should be an education visa.
Yeah. Well, I think it pretty much basically is. You just don't realize it.
Yeah. Learning Thailand, learning what not to do in Thailand. Stuck in Florida. Good morning. How are you? I talk shit about my brother too. I still love him. Yeah. So Andy Stubbs. Andy Stubbs. Yeah, there you go. What is it? My parents' marriage lasted until they passed. They passed. Yes, that's right. Mr. Mitch, sorry, Mr. Mitch. Sorry, I'm lonely. Yeah. Okay, I don't think there's anything I missed there. Mandy Stubbs, I got a bargain on my new Samsung S7 Plus tablet, $400 off Black Friday deal. Did ya? Well, is that deal still running? You might link it for everybody else to get a hand, get onto that one.
But it's Samsung.
Yeah, it's alright. Bloatware, it's alright.
It's like they gave you $400 off just so you'll take their bloatware.
See, Kevin Pearson is scrolling back there. Kevin Pearson. So the correct way to deep fry turkey is ? I have trouble burning toast. Look, I know some people, some girls I dated back in my 20s. They would have trouble burning. They could burn water. And I know one of them did. Came back into the house. And
there's a dry pan warping on the stove.
That's it. Yeah, the saucepan was warped on the side because she was boiling some water, and it had completely evaporated.
Forgot to keep an eye on it.
She lasted about 2 weeks.
If they can't make your tea properly or your coffee properly, they're not worth keeping.
Anyway, so scrolling along. Mr. Mitchell, I like to celebrate my brother's birthday. Problem is I don't have a brother. Johnny, oh, that's sad. $500 every 90 days doesn't seem so bad if a decent. I don't think anybody could live. Even a Thai couldn't live on $500 every 90 days.
They just want to make sure you have $500 available.
So again, so why we have such a strict financial requirement as a retiree, yet education visa, there's basically effectively no financial requirement. How are you supporting yourselves in the country? What, you work at a local, the local, mall? What do you call it? No, you couldn't be doing a job, on the side. You can't be the education visa. There's strict requirements on the education visa.
Well, educational loans maybe.
You cannot work in Thailand.
Get a loan from your country's educational system to study abroad.
I don't know. It's obviously said. It's just again like we don't try to second guess how these systems work. Some people have said.
Don't try and figure out how the system works. Just work the system, people.
Yep.
Just work.
That's all I've been doing. I don't as I find new stuff, I let people know about the new stuff I find out. I think that's one of the things that I'm not here to change the world. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I should be starting to think about some strategy for my YouTube channel. It's been running for over 4 years, and we get 6,000. What is the latest count? What is the latest count now? Dashboard, 6,545 subscribers. I think I got about maybe 1,500 active subscribers. The rest of them probably dead accounts. You know how it works. People forget their passwords, so they set them on their account. It happens so much. Look, I don't mind if you're forgetting and resubscribing. If forget and resubscribe, it's all right. It just sends just remember to come back and subscribe to the channel. Puts the numbers up.
I'm trying to figure out why you have more moderators than you have thumbs up.
Is that right? Again, slack bastards. Really, I gotta shoot my crowd. I really do. I need a new crowd. Bloody 12 thumbs up. Really,
it's up to 14 now.
There we go. It's oh God, really. People forget, and I believe if you're actually watching on a text, a lot of people do. They watch on their smart TVs now, which aren't that smart, of course. They're smart TVs, and trying to find the position where you hit the thumbs up on a smart TV is a exercise in futility. It's like trying to reset the time in your digital car, your digital clock in your car. Just forget about it. When you got that daylight savings, just forget about it. Just put up with it for 6 months. You just don't do it.
Apparently, I used to have a smart TV, and I went to use it the other day, and apparently it caught COVID because it can't do anything anymore.
Keeps
telling me that function is no longer available. It's
like
all of their licensing went away, so nothing works on it anymore. They can't access Amazon, nothing.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess it's time for a new TV.
Yeah, I'm sort of totally against smart TVs. You can, of course, get the little what they call Android boxes. You know about you?
I have a PS4, which that will work as an Android box.
Okay. Yeah, so that's.
And I have Amazon Fire Stick on my bedroom TV, and that acts as a it's a bastardized Android, but I can access YouTube or any of that stuff.
Well, it's 3,000 baht for what's that? 3,000 baht. That's $100 US. It's probably, what's a TV cost? Probably $100 US.
Well, I mean, I can get the Fire Stick, which plugs into the TV for, was it $19?
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably a bit cheaper than buying a new TV.
Yeah. Yep. I just okay, time for a new Fire Stick for that TV.
Right, 3Jazz. I've noticed that Thailand celebrates Xmas before Xmas more and more. Any thoughts? I like it, but it's kind of weird with a Thai Santa. Well, as I keep on saying, it's a sort of recent video, like Santa's been done. Christmas is cancelled this year, right? because he's, like just taken, Australia. He's going to have to do 2 weeks quarantine in Australia, right? 2 weeks quarantine in Thailand, 2 weeks quarantine at least in China. I don't know quarantine requirements in America, but he's got to come through, starting from this time zone, this side of the planet. So if he leaves on Christmas Eve, unless of course he's got a time warp to actually sort of go back in time, he's going to be really screwed. Like he won't get into any country.
He does concurrent quarantine at the pole, and then that way he just.
Oh, you mean actually? So that's 24. So on the 10th of December, he'll actually put himself into quarantine because he can actually on the pole. He's actually he's actually in all time zones and effectively in all countries. Yeah, okay. Never thought about that. Maybe he will come.
So Trump said that he caught COVID-19 and that Santa's dead.
Oh, did he? Right, okay. But anyway, Santa Christmas is cancelled. Look, Thailand just loves to celebrate anything.
I feel like they're just up for a party for any reason.
That's right.
Look, it's Buddha Day.
That's right.
Let's all go make merit.
We have 19 public holidays a year. Let me bring that up because I don't think people realise this.
Because you got what? You got the monarch's birthday, the monarch's wife's birthday.
PBLIC. To Thailand. Okay, so what are they? So so let me get out of the get small again. So how many have we got? So your cat is chewing on the microphone.
Yeah, stupid cat. Stop that. I can't turn away and have you chewing on my microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Right, there's 30 listed holidays. I don't think all of them get actually a public holiday. Some of them don't get a public holiday. New Year's Eve doesn't get a public holiday, but New Year's Day does. Christmas Day doesn't get a holiday. Again, I don't know whether that one's still, that's the late King's birthday, or whether that's a holiday still. But yeah, so we get quite a lot of holidays here, and not only do you get those holidays, which some of them aren't public holidays. I think from what I remember when I did my research on this recently, there's 19 guaranteed public holidays per year. But if the public holiday falls on a Tuesday or a Thursday, then they're almost guaranteed that they'll get the Monday or the Friday off as well to give Thai people a long weekend. So you work that one out, like this. Does anybody get any work done? Well, I guess, then the average, Thai, they'll, like Chanya, she starts to sell on at 10 a.m. and well, if she gets there on time, sometimes at 11 a.m. depending on if she slept in or not. Are you out of bed yet, darling? I think she's out of bed. 11:15. I think she's gone. I have to go and check to see if the bike's gone. Yeah, but like she'll call me. Sometimes I've called her up where 10 o'clock at night where I still have customer, and she'll keep if the customers keep rolling in the door. Right, she'll keep the shop open. She doesn't close for anybody. And then, of course, she's got the other situation. People make bookings, for doing the makeup and hair for the special events on weekends. Where she'll actually go to the shop at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. She'll sleep on the sofa couch that we've got there, and open the shop at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the makeup and hair. They said Thais are very hard working. I don't think we really ever give most Thais the credit for how hard working they are and the long hours they do work in some of the menial, hairdressing menial. Not really, she makes a bit of money, but like the
minimum wage 300 baht a day, which is quite often adhered to by most employers. That 300 baht a day could be a 10-hour day, at least 5 days a week. So we don't tend to talk about it. But again, this is what I should be doing. I should be doing this, I have fun with my YouTube channel. I should be doing more of the how it works in Thailand sort of stuff, so to keep people informed on what really goes on here. Anyway, I've just lost my place on this thing again. You guys, maybe if I put the slow chat on, I don't know, stop things from scrolling so far. Where are we? I've spent many years studying women's attitudes, still learning. Yeah, I know, don't we all? Amazing how many malls in Thailand have Xmas decorations that they don't celebrate. It's just up for expat tourists. Well, I don't know. We haven't. Well, I think they just like the decorations. I don't know. See, a lot of people in Thailand, because you notice that everything's all snow covered. We don't get snow here in Thailand. I think it's one of those dreams. I know Chanya has a dream to see snow in her life. Eventually, when we get married and we do our honeymoon, we're going to go to Japan probably, because she also has a dream to go to Japan. So we'll get married in winter time, Japan, and we'll go and see some snow as well. I think she just has to see it that one time, and she'll not want to see it again. But anyway. I took it to Dreamworld. They've got this big building in Dreamworld that's about 50 foot high, and they actually have a snow making machine in the ceiling of it, and it does snow in this building. Oh, that's not real snow. I said, well, since when is water being crystallized not real snow? It's real snow, but it's just not coming out of a cloud. It's coming out of a machine. Come on. It's not the same. Well, we could toboggan there. It was quite fun. Putting out to get all you're outside this cold room effectively. So it's 35 degrees outside, and you're putting on all this cold weather gear, right, in 35 degree heat to go into a building that's 5 degrees below zero. It's quite bizarre. If you got to check it out, if you're ever over here, go to Dreamworld. You got to check it out. Going further. Here first is you have to swim the quarantine for what? You have to swim the quarantine for 2? Wait. I'm not quite sure. Don't follow that one. You can contact trace Santa. Oh, that's right. He does have this. There is a Santa tracking program. That's right. Every Christmas.
You get new contact tracing.
They've been having Santa tracking for years. NORAD does it, don't they? Doesn't NORAD do Santa tracking?
Yes. Yeah, NORAD does it in the U.S. It's like, yeah, you can just say, okay, Santa is delivering COVID to the naughty boys and girls.
That's it. And of course, you're going to have a spike in COVID. I think in another maybe 10 days. Another 10 days. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Well, I've got to put it down to the Americans, Oh, of course, I was reading this morning. They're talking about the vaccines are in final stages, and the people, the governments of the world are now gearing up and working out how to do the distribution of the program. The one thing that really has not been talked about is the side effects. Yes, there's side effects. Yes, guys. Quite a lot of
anal leakage, possible death.
No, that's just normal drugs you take in America. Side effects are like I think they're talking headaches, muscle pains, and something or other else. But what happens is the fact that a good high percentage of people in the test cases, right? Obviously, this is the trials. what they're going through is basically they're having symptoms, and that you would get if you caught the virus. The problem is, right, they're worried now the fact that you've got to take two injections 30 days apart, or some sort of time. There's a time thing. So you've got to take these two injections, right, 30 days apart, or I don't know what days apart. The different stories around that. But yeah, so you take the first injection, you get the flu, symptoms. People are sort of apprehensive about actually going and getting the second injection, which brings it. It's actually sort of, if the first injection had minor symptoms, the second injection will have major symptoms, and they're now worried about the fact that will people turn up for the second injection because the first one hurt. People have just got to get tough it out, but they're not talking about it. This is the thing. There's no real discussion happening, unless of course you're reading the blogs that I'm reading, and this is not the harebrained, tinfoil hat blogs. This is the proper medical journals that I've told you before. You need to read if you really want to know about science. You've got to read something like Fizzorg, okay? Right, that's where you find out the real stuff. It's not pseudoscience. This is proper peer-reviewed stuff. Right, you read this stuff. That's what you do. Right, here we go. The immune response during embryo development could increase risk of schizophrenia. Okay. Yeah, so they got one for medical. Medical's under. Others, biology, chemistry, technology, astro. They always pop up on my feed anyway. Where is that? I thought they had a list. I think it comes through on my email anyway. But yeah, so you got to keep. Medical, where's medical going? Chemistry, technology, astro, earth, physics. No, I'm lost. But yeah, you get the stuff. This is where the real reports come through. You just got to plug into it. Have it as your start page or your home page rather than some sort of bullshit news. Are all these public holidays or government working holidays? Well, some of them are government. Some of those holidays are listed there. Some of them are government only. I think, I did that video, the 90-day report. I went into the 90-day report. One of my mates came up from somewhere, right, and arrived on the following Thursday, and he said, "There's nobody here." Because it was a government holiday, Thursday and Friday that week. You got to check your calendar because they don't work on holidays. Christmas is cancelled in America because of PETA. Said it's cruel to mask reindeer. Cruel to make reindeer haul everything. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Again, it's my scrolling. There it is. God, never could figure out how the reindeers could fly without wings. Yeah, I know. It's always one of those things. They're magical. You know that, don't you? Looking for any questions, of course. My ex Thai wife also wanted to see snow. Wow, was that an experience when she felt the cold? I said, I'm out of here. Yeah, but she complained about being, Chanya complained about being in the cold room in that, and what, you think snow is going to be any better? but they've got to see it once in their life. And look, we've been watching sort of some of Sonny Holcheck's, Sonny's been doing videos again, by the way, if you haven't sort of watched Sonny's channel's back up. And he's been putting out some new stuff. I think there's one video up. But I've been watching his news, his Facebook feed, some of the stuff. I think I was on the video he did, his wife in snow for the first time and things like that. Oh my God. Thais just love this stuff, I lived in Scotland for 3 years. The last thing I want to go and do is see snow. And of course I can't put the ski boots on anymore because of my arthritic toe. So I can't ski on the white stuff. So, stuff snow. I've got no need for it. 3 days after it snows, that's it. It's a nightmare. But they don't talk about the nightmare 3 days after snow, do they? Augie?
Snow is a nightmare anytime. It doesn't take 3 days for snow to become a nightmare.
Oh, I think when it's falling, it's quite pretty when it's falling,
Yeah, but as soon as it stops, then hell starts. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
reason why I left the Pacific Northwest. I hate snow.
That's why he likes Thailand. He wants to come live in Thailand. Never a drop of snow in Thailand.
I was disappointed in Arizona when it got down to freezing one night. It's like, and that happened one night a year the last 2 years. I had frost on my windshield. I don't have a scraper. I had to drag out a credit card to clean my windscreen so that I could go work. It's like, son of a bitch.
Warren Theorett says there's a because I would have never known. Minus 13 bar in Pattaya on Walking Street. Okay, so there is a minus 13. There's images for it at least anyway.
An ice bar?
It's basically a minus 13 bar.
It's like it's part of the Nightwish group.
Just trying to find the first I've heard of it. That's all. Images for minus 13 bar Pattaya. Rooftop bars.
I love the bars that have that cooled rail that you set your drink on, where it never gets warm.
Right. That's something I have to look into. That one, Warren. If you got it, Warren Theorett, you really need to give you a spanner so you can put links up there. I'll do it later. Paul in Sydney had to take her to Dubai if she wants to see real snow. I've seen that in Dubai Snowfield. It's absolutely phenomenal. I haven't seen it live. I've seen it in pictures and videos. It's 500 feet high or something like that. It's actually proper. Dubai. What's it called? It's Dubai Snow Park. Yes, it's a fascinating thing. Where's the pictures? Event scripts, explore, gallery, image gallery. I don't think I'll get a strike on image gallery. So, image gallery. That's the gallery, photo gallery. Okay, 10 photos. Right. No photos coming up. What the? Something's. Oh, okay. This is cookies. Oh, maybe that's what it is. It's broken.
Their snow generator shut down.
No, well, that's it. Find some better. That's the image gallery. We were just there. The website's broken. Your images don't work. Useless. But yeah, it's a massive building. There's images. Let's see if we can find some of this sort of stuff. Oh, that's a artist rendition. There we go. This not a very big photo. Open a new tab. Open image, a new tab. Yeah, so it's a pretty big snowfield. But yeah, unfortunately, Chanya wouldn't be allowed in Dubai. They got transgender discrimination laws in Dubai, from what I understand. They wouldn't let her in the country because her passport's male. But yeah, so some interesting photos. Nothing really big. Oh, that's a bigger one. Images. Open image in new tab. I don't like the idea of walking up the stairs, but yeah. Not very. God, you'd think you'd find better images, wouldn't you? Anyway, yes, the Snowfield in Dubai, always interesting. Sorry, typos. 8 deep in beers. Yeah. At this time of the morning. Where are you, Tree Jazz? I hope you're in a different country. They can be sipping beer at night time, because 3 beers at this time of the morning in Thailand or even Australia, you'd need to be locked up. Side effects.
After 5 somewhere?
It's 5. Yes, after 5 somewhere in the world. Yeah. Pneumonia vacation hurt my heart. Yeah, okay. Apparently, the side effects is you grow tall. Grow a tail. Sorry. At least we'll know when people are happy or not. Good one, Dallo. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if we could all grow a tail, show us when we're happy or not? You know, when it sticks up at the end like that. Let politicians take the jab first. Yes, I think we need to see some proof that that it actually works. I think we've got plenty of guinea pigs in America going to be, testing it out. It's gone rampant over there, isn't it? 2 injections means 2 times profit. Yeah, I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. From what I understand, Thailand's going to be distributing the jab for free. Probably not to expats, but all Thais will get it for free. Expats will probably have to pay 100 times the price to cover the cost. But that's just what we have to deal with here in Thailand. Yeah, so I still love the idea, the fact that there's this injection that's 90% effective. They're not really talking about what's happening with the 10% that it's not effective on, are they? That seems to me right. So you got a virus that's 99.8%, doesn't affect anybody, right? It only affects that 0.3% of the population. And they're going to inject you with another antivirus, which has only a 90% effectiveness. What happens to the 10%? Do they just die? So I know that they've been talking about, they need to, reduce the planet population by at least 10%. Maybe that's what they're doing. This is, 90% die, 10%, no, 90% live, 10% die. The virus itself is not doing a good enough job. They're going to have to inject you with something because the virus didn't do its intended purpose. I don't know, tinfoil hat. Have they got one of those?
Your Bane mask will suffice.
My Bane mask. Where's my?
Isn't that basically what Bane was trying to do?
From my anonymous mask, yes. Here's the words from Anonymous. Yeah, don't take the virus. Don't take the antivirus because there's a 10% chance you'll die. You're not talking about it, that's for certain. I get into... Alan, you get all the information from Alan James. That guy is a freaking loopy guy at the best of times. But after it hears, he does take an angle on this whole thing, doesn't he? Yeah, Mr. Mitch, I get my news from Andy. I know Andy Stubbs is he's always in my Facebook feed. He's my he always sends me all the weird and wonderful stories. I want articles. I don't give a damn what anybody says on YouTube. I want articles that I can research. Right? Forget the YouTube rants and raves. That's just people making money on YouTube. There's just scrolling down. I was told by the ex-wife. I guess it was exactly. What? LMA, how you doing? What's the link for Biz.org? What's the link for Bizorg? What's the link for Bizorg? I'm not quite sure. You have to hit me up about what Bizorg, what that means. That doesn't mean anything to me. Anyway, so hopefully he'll clarify what he means by Bizorg. Yes, had to do the snow things. You got to the car, stayed in the car with the heater on. It wouldn't surprise me. They don't realise how cold it is. We went to Pelock, not last Christmas, but Christmas before. We went to Pelock. Was it? Yeah, Christmas before. Well, no, was it last Christmas? I can't remember now. We went to Pelock anyway, and so it was 14 degrees up in the mountains there. There's me with a t-shirt on, 7 o'clock in the morning. Lovely. Right, they're coming out with all the jackets and God, it's cold. Yes, it's cold. You want to go and see snow? Very good. Hey, Dandy's Q. Just a quick change of topic. Did you see mysterious metal monolith? I did. I saw the story. There's still been no. There's still been no real, story behind the story. Again, it looks like something somebody's put there to really make a story, because the whole 2001 Space Odyssey thing. I think metal monolith. That monolith was an unknown material. But yeah, so I don't think I've sort of seen any real answers for it. I'm sure they'll find Slarty Bartfar's signature in the bottom corner. It rains here often. If you don't know what Slarty Bartfast is, you're just not into the hitchhiker scene. So there you go. It rains here often. When it rains, traffic gets messed up as if they're never seen it rain before. When it snows, it's absolutely I know. When it's they say when you're driving, that's the recommended speed limit is like 60 kilometres an hour. When it rains, that's they say that you should drop your speed by at least 20% when it's rain. I think here in Thailand, you got your speed limit, which says 60 kilometres an hour, which you drive at 80, right? And then when it rains, then you drive at 120. That's the way it works in Thailand. I don't know, your car's getting wet? You're not getting wet. Car's getting wet, you don't want to get wet in your car? I don't understand it sometimes. I reckon that I'd like a bar like that too, I don't know what we're talking about. The one below zero, the Ice Bar V20. Okay, that's what it's called, Ice Bar V20. Just trying to see if we can actually see some photos of it, that's all. Oh, there we go. They've actually got a website. There you go. Give them a bit of a plug. The Ice Bar, the V20 patios, an Oasis, the Ultra Cool, Walking Street, positioned in the corner of Soy 15 on Walking Street. V20 has a cool, comfortable cocktail lasts. It's 40. Uniquely designed, -20 vodka ice bar. Okay, I think I might have to check if it's still open, that is. Next time I...
Warren, he was asking about the Fizzorg that you were saying.
Fizzorg.
How do you spell it?
Oh, okay, let me just... Oh, of course, I've just closed all those pages again. Fizzorg. Let me go.
Is it phys.org?
Yeah. Fizzorg. phys.org. Let me just put that link up there. Sometimes it just gets hard to work out what people are trying to keep a context going. And LMA has done the little jingle thing. Fizzorg, yeah. Thank you, LMA. Thanks very much. I don't know why it hasn't jingled yet.
Give it a second.
Streamlabs, gotta love. Yeah, so yeah, it's one of my startup pages. There it is. Blah 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 blah. There we go. Got the nice jingle. Yeah, so Fizzorg. Nice 20s. Dubai is cool. Bahrain, meh. Bahrain, meh. Chad did a walkthrough of the walking street and pointed out the bar minus 13C. Okay, did he? Well, I'm nowhere near Pattaya, so I don't get to do that walkthrough. And of course, Walking Street is one of those streets that it's okay to have a camera out walking through the street. Our red light districts, they really get up in arms when you're walking through the street there, especially when the girls are out in their bikinis and things like that. It's just bad kosher. Maybe Soy Cowboy's not too bad as long as you filming yourself walking down the street. But walking down the street filming the girls specifically without you in camera shot, they really get up in arms about that. That's just they know what's going on. They know the typical channels that do that. Mr. Mitch, yeah, it's snowed here a few times. Blah blah blah. And it just scrolled off screen again. I lost my position. Sorry if I always try to make sure I get any questions. Dilbo Baggins has joined and Big Bear Joe. Both of you have joined the scene here. Very good. I know Big Bear Joe. He did subscribe to the Discord. I saw his name come up there. You didn't say hello or anything. I don't know what went wrong there. You managed to get on. Maybe you hadn't worked out how to make the microphone thing work anyway. But yeah, you've got access to the system there, Big Bear Joe. If you want to come on and chat. If I'm not there, I'm usually around somewhere. I'll just message me and I'll come to my channel. And there we go. Warren Therit, thanks for another Red Bull smoothie day. You beauty. I'm so far behind on this thing here. You said LMA. You said get the real news. Blah blah blah. So it's what your accent is hard to understand sometimes. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I should talk more like an American, shouldn't I?
Oh God.
Oh God. No, let's not go there. Yeah. This because it doesn't flow. I'm just trying to keep up the conversation here. You guys, you're way ahead of me. I try to answer the real questions. Like when people ask a question, I try to give full answers. I don't do this, 5-second replies. We have Pakistani cricket teams here now. Yeah, 6 of whom have been tested positive for COVID. Really? Kevin, so that's in Victoria, or in Australia, I'm guessing, or I don't know. Whereabouts are you, Kevin? Yeah. So Andy realises it's a hoax, the pandemic. And look, we're all entitled to our opinion. There is something that happened, and there. Too funny was always good values. Escaped Alcatraz. Tell me about it. Yeah, we escaped Alcatraz. What they call prescience. I knew I had to live in Thailand. I knew that probably 3 years into my relationship with Chanya, I realised that Thailand was the place I needed to be. That was prescience. Says, don't tell people where the crow... Totally Drew! Drew, how you doing, Drew? Sorry. My mate from Tokyo. We will get over there one day too. When we finally can get legally married and we can actually have a proper wedding and everything else, legally, I have promised to take it to Japan, so we will get there. But like probably another 3 years from now. But hopefully we will catch up with you and do a vlog together. That'll be fun if we're still vlogging in those days. Well, I have no doubt that I will be. Can't speak for anybody else, but I'm pretty sure Drew will be doing it too. So, Big Bridger, sorry, I didn't know what the protocol was. Didn't say anything while you were live. Yeah, like basically you just jump on and just say hello. Like I've got 3 screens to watch, and sometimes when people pop into the channel, I go and I don't see it, and either Oggie's fallen asleep at the keyboard and he doesn't mention it, or it's just one of those things. You got to say something. That's the whole idea. If you say something too bad, then I'll just ban you. Don't say something bad. You don't get to denounce the King of Thailand or anything else like that, then you quickly get banned for that one. But yeah, you just come in and say, hi, I'm here now.
I have nothing to say, but I am here, and I will embarrass him with my useless criminal.
Yeah, that's what happens. Hello to an Aussie expat in Thailand. Information. Hello to an Aussie expat in Thailand, and I guessing from the name there, information. Have you got a channel? I really don't know. Kevin Pearson, New Zealand. Okay, so you clarified that. Did you just say pandemic? I've been saying pandemic in all my videos. Haven't you been watching my videos? I'm always calling them a pandemic. Come on. So Drew, Wazza will never get there. Yeah, wait. There is a law being under scrutiny in the Parliament at the moment, to sanctify, what they call transgender or same-sex marriage, or what they call civil union, I think they're calling it. And unfortunately, it's all the LGBT group out here are up in arms about the words they've used, because they're sort of saying, no, we want to call it marriage, not civil union, so we're not on board with this. Some people really are screwed up in their head. They are.
I have said,
get it over to the line. Get it over to the line first. Give them some rights, and then work on building on that. Don't demonise the bloody law. Oh no, God, some people. I did that. The same thing happened in Australia, right? And that's why it took so long to happen, because
the US too.
Yeah, people in their goody two shoes. You got to get it through. Then you can get it upgraded. Getting it through is the point. Once you get it through, then you start halfway there. Oh, people are getting
I've always said that the same-sex couples have just as much right to be miserable as the rest of us.
That's it, exactly. Yes. Maybe planned accidentally on purpose. Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm pretty sure it was accidentally. Like somebody, forgot to scrub down in the lab. Right.
They were late for their lunch nookie.
Yeah, what it was, because as I said, there's just too much grey area and lack of information.
They were offered a BJ in the closet, and they were in a hurry to get to it.
Let's put it this way, they had a big outbreak in China. Right? The first international case was in Thailand. Both China are almost devoid of the virus, and so is Thailand. There's a lot being said about that, isn't there? Of course, there was some stupid, yellow-skinned, blonde-headed git in America, right? They, like he should be brought up under international, we call it, some sort of
war crimes. Yes,
war crime.
Send
yes.
him to the Hague. Send him to the Hague.
Send him to the
Charge him with war crimes. Oh, I want that to happen so bad.
Yeah. That's why America is suffering so because they're still in denial. You were telling me last night, Doggy, weren't they? Half of your state is still in denial.
Well, yeah, people just, their CDC says everybody stay home. 50 million people traveling in the U.S. for this holiday.
50 million people.
By car, plane, boat, whatever. It's like, let's spread it around.
So 50 million people, right? And what is the percentage of population? And the R naught of 3.0, right? Like there you go. I think you're just going to. So what was the cases discovered yesterday? What, 200,000 new cases?
1,000 in Arizona. I don't know what the national cases were, but 4,000, a little over 4,000 yesterday. 4,500 the day before.
So I think
2 weeks ago it was like under 2,000 a day, and it is just ballooning.
Yeah. So I saw 200,000 across America, I think, a week ago. Right. So what we should be sort of seeing, 10 days from now, it should blow out to 600,000.
Oh, it's going to be flipping insane, and everybody's going to go, oh, don't tell us it was that bad. We've been telling you since the very beginning, you stupid flux.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, XNLO, good afternoon, good evening. I think he's one of those lucky guys that's celebrating in America from Turkey Day. Oh no, Black Friday. It's Black Friday today, isn't it? Turkey Day was
Black Friday today. But
Turkey Day was yesterday.
Most of the stores went for a Black Friday month because they knew they weren't going to be able to get all the people in the stores the way they used to. I mean, they used to have people lined up for 3 blocks right next to each other, and they would just go in and inundate the store. And it's like, with the whole social distancing now, they would have been 50 miles of lines.
50 miles of lines, yeah, but thing is, they're all going to crowd into the store, aren't they? There you go.
Well, they can only allow so many people in at a time.
Turkey Day and Black Friday, there you go. 600,000, I think I'm being very generous sort of saying 600,000. Maybe we're looking probably, 2 weeks from now, we'll be looking at 1 million new cases a day.
Personally, LMA, I think that he faked getting the virus. I don't think he had it.
Well, he had some sort of special treatment, didn't he? Did he get a special thing that's now been sanctioned?
They had the treatment that the WHO is saying now don't do. It's like they're like, because it's if you're going to have a mild reaction, it's not going to help. If you're going to have a bad reaction to the virus, it's going to hurt. So they're saying, in conjunction with other things, but that is the sole treatment. They're saying do not do it. That's from the WHO.
Yeah, exactly. China makes our nanny state look real passive at times. Exactly. Winston Churchill.
Is the Nurse Cratchit state, not the nanny state.
Winston Churchill, never let a good crisis go to waste. NZ granted all those things earlier. G-Player, good afternoon. I think from your time zone, from memory. G'day, mate. There we go. Kevin Pearson, I spent a decade in China. It was awesome. One place I've never really ever felt any passion to want to go and visit, that's for certain. So there we go, Stocking Flora, Andy Stubbs. 5 people in my family have had it, and my niece is a microbiologist working on turning the RNA to DNA at the University of Miami. Unfortunately, I know more about it than I want to. Yeah, so again, we can. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And one of the reasons for the misinformation is the fact that there's a lack of positive, well, not so positive, but real, factual information. It does. I said, the factual information does appear on Fizzorg through Medical Express section of Fizzorg. So that's where the real story is, and you can follow that stuff to your heart's content. Right? Anything you see on YouTube is, you got to take with a grain of salt. Even my channel, take my channel with a grain of salt, and I'm just here to have fun. as I keep on sort of saying, I should get serious and actually grow my YouTube channel one day. Got some ideas, but again, I'm just too comfortable. That's the trouble when you run a YouTube channel and you're retired here in Thailand. What do you want to do? Oh, I just sort of play games. I just sort of play games all day. It keeps me happy. But there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. There's some things that we've looked at. There's a couple of new areas in around the Klongs have opened up. I want to go and check out the new solar powered. What do you call it? What do they call them? They wouldn't call them long-tail boats, but they're replacing the old diesel-powered things that used to punt up and down around the Klong from Hulampong to the river. There is actually what they call a boat service that goes that ferries people along that Klong. Well, that Klong has all been, there's two areas that have all been gentrified, so I want to actually go and check out these ferries and check out these two areas, and I just can't get out of my comfort zone. That's the trouble, it's just too comfortable. It means actually me sort of, getting up in the morning at 10 o'clock in the morning and, getting some clothes on, getting out to the city. I'd like to do if there was somebody in Bangkok that said, yeah, look, I'll meet you there and do it. Like I've sort of said to Bangkok Pat, but he works. Weekends are usually out for me anyway because all my gaming friends are gaming, so I don't want to miss my game. So weekdays, but I think if I really sort of put the hard word on Jerry, he'd probably sort of meet me there, and we could go and check these places out. But I don't want to put Jerry out either. So it's one of those sort of things. We'll work something out. I just got to get out of my comfort zone. That's my biggest problem. Everybody wants their freedom over here. I know. Tell me about it. Everybody wants their freedom. We're pretty free over here. We just had to do 6 weeks of quarantine. That's all. And 6 weeks of lockdown, and it was all solved. You can't do that now in America, right? Even like the best experts, like this new president that you got over there, what's his name, Biden? He's threatening to lock down the country. Sorry, you're not going to stop it now. It is Resident Evil spreading. Sorry,
Yep.
Right? What we need to do, the rest of the world needs to lock out America, right? Let it just run its course now. I'm sorry, that's what you need to do. Put your wall up in Panama, right? Because I think the wall in Mexico is not going to stop people going across the border. Put a wall across Panama. It's a small area. Put a wall up through there. Stop people going down south. Into but of course Brazil, I think it's gone crazy in Brazil as well, hasn't it? So I think that whole continent, that whole to north and south, it's a lost cause. Just put a wall around it.
Ooh, Escape from Alcatraz. No,
Yes.
Escape from New York. Escape from New York.
What was that movie? They had the big robots? They had the big walls they built from
the Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim, that was it, yeah. The Pacific Rim.
There we go.
There we go. Pacific Rim. Yeah, how do you remember that one? Did you like that? I think the first movie was okay. The second movie was near so. I've got the second movie here to watch. I just haven't got around to watching it yet.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like the second one.
What was that?
I actually liked the second one.
Yeah, well, I didn't really, because I watched it online, when it was released, and it was a bit of a, shitty fucking movie. So I've now got a copy of it to watch, and I just haven't watched it yet. That's all. To see if it gets any better the second time round with decent quality video. Oh, Johnny Syme isn't no, it's what you read on Facebook. What you read on Facebook is always the truth. I got that meme here. Where's my memes? Web memes. There it is, the one with Patrick Stewart. Oh, come on. Where's all my memes? There it is there, that one. You saw it on Facebook? It must be true then. Same with YouTube. Maybe I need to redo that meme and saw it on YouTube. Must be true. There we go. Mr. Mitch is obviously leaving the building, is he? Okay. God, I've been just chatting all that time. Morning, Johnny.
I think a better meme to go with that picture you put up would be, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help you."
Yeah, okay. The story reminds me of that TV series, 2016 TV series where there was an alien infestation and they ate your brains. And all the politicians. What was it called? I'm gonna have to find it and put it in my latest videos.
Personally, I think Trump's patient zero for that.
Yeah. Any fish in the clongs that haven't been clonged by props? I don't know. Well, the ones that I think the fish, there's a survival of the fittest sort of mandate with those clongs. The ones that go too close to the surface, they get clonged. They don't breed.
Snake Plissken 2024. Yes.
Was that something? Somebody's mentioning Snake Plissken. The Snake Plissken for president. Yes. I saw that movie came up as a recommendation sort of on somewhere recently.
Maybe we can get Kurt Russell to reprise his role at the White House.
Tell him what you really think. Yeah, exactly.
I can see Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn in the White House. That'd be cool.
Yeah, reckon. There's another series I watched. There was a series of impending doom where they discovered an asteroid heading straight for Earth and went for 2 seasons, and I don't think it got renewed when the asteroid was like 12 hours away. Because it was just, again, some sort of brilliant scientists, worked out a way to solve the problem, but everybody else had better ideas, and the governments of the world. He eventually got elected president or something like that, or standing president, because the president, what was it called? I've watched some really weird series over the time.
Goldie Hawn's daughter gives me the horn now.
Goldie Hawn's daughter? Goldie Hawn's got a daughter?
Yeah.
Really?
Which
okay.
One? Shoot, come on. What's her? There's the 2 daughters, or you got Anne Hathaway, and who's the one that's always up against her? Goldie Hawn.
Okay, let me get over this one here, is it?
Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson is Goldie Hawn's daughter. Yes.
Oh, okay. Kate Hudson.
She appears a lot with Anne Hathaway.
I didn't realise it was Goldie Hawn's daughter. I'm familiar with some of the movies she's done.
Well, you just have to. I mean, she's got Goldie Hawn's facial structure.
Mm-hmm. Goldie Hawn's not looking too good. What, she's 60 odd years old now?
Oh, she's pushing 70, isn't she?
70? I don't know. Yeah.
Goldie Hawn IMDb. Where's Goldie Hawn's data?
You can find out for us.
Goldie Hawn, she's 75 years old now.
75, not looking too bad for 75.
No.
She must be in one of those, what they call it, what's that new life extension?
The hyperbaric chamber?
Hyperbaric chamber now. I think we talked about hyperbaric chambers last week, didn't we?
I think you and I did. I don't think we talked about it.
Oh, we didn't talk, but then we did talk about the hyperbaric chamber, because we talk about some shit, don't we?
Hyperbaric chambers and the cool chambers.
The cool chambers and the hyperbaric chambers. These are new life extension processes, yes. There's a lot going on out there. I plan to live till I was 75, and now, like, a hyperbaric chamber, you can buy one. You can buy a hyperbaric chamber for like $3,000 US.
Well, I mean,
You know?
that's what Michael Jackson was using to prolong
Supposedly,
his
yeah.
life. Sleeping in one.
Yep, and I don't know. So I think the more research needs to be done. But supposedly these things here, sleeping in hyperbaric chambers will extend your longevity and make you young again. No, it wasn't Body Snatchers. I don't look. I'll have to find these two series that really just put a whole different slant on American politics. I'll make sure I link them up next week. I'll have to go and find them again. They're in my video archives. I just don't know which disc it's on, and I can't be bothered sort of going and bending down and plugging the disc in to find out which disc it's on. Kevin Pearson, evil rugby fan for president. Buggered. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Was it? I went to the doctor. He said I was allergic to bullshit. He must be sneezing every day then, Andy Snubs. What's the allergic reaction?
Brain Dead is the name of the.
Brain Dead. Is that this TV series? Was it Brain Dead?
Yeah. It was a political satire, science fiction, comedy drama.
Yeah, it was a. I just loved it. I thought it was, who could come up with these, some of these series. Brain Dead. It was a classic. An alien parasite ate your brain or ate half your brain, and took over your thinking processes. Yeah, it was a classic. I don't know. It never
One
got
season, 13 episodes.
Yeah, it never got renewed. It could have been so easily renewed. I guess it was outlawed because it was too close to the truth. You know what they do? Anything gets too close to the truth, it will get
That's right.
it'll get shut down.
American Australia, 2016.
Yeah, I remember. I went obviously watching Stargate, Stargate SG-1. There was they even did a satire in Stargate about these sort of things where they had Wormhole Extreme. I don't remember there was that Wormhole Extreme, which was a good cover up. Because if the Stargate ever got discovered, they could always write it off as propaganda from that TV series World of Wormhole Extreme. There's a failed. It's always there's always a problem with it. Perpetual plastic surgery. Yeah, I know. I just need to make sure I got enough money to pay for Chanya's plastic surgery because she won't let it go. Well, she loves her surgery. Of course, I've been sort of saying this for a year now. She wants bigger breasts. I've told her no. That's we don't when I say argue, we have points of difference. No, darling, you are not getting bigger breasts. She's always so sad when I say that. She's not arguing, but she's not happy that she's not getting bigger breasts. Trouble is, with breast augmentation, there is a recommendation through the medical fraternity that they should be replaced every 10 years. Just for safety reasons. But she had her first when she was 17. She had her upgrade when she was 27. Right, when she's 37 or next year, she's due for upgrading again. But not upgrading. But the trouble is, the bigger they go, the less real they feel. At the moment they feel, perky 17-year-old perky, C cup. And if you know what a 17-year-old perky C cup is all about, and they're to die for. And she's 36 years old, and she's got, touch and feel of a 17-year-old perky C cup. What more could a guy want? Go any bigger, and they get hard and rock-like. Anyway, enough of that discussion. But yeah, so
There's no target today. I can't tell you to stay on target.
Yeah, that's right. There's no target today. It's just one of those general chit chat. Ask questions.
Just spray and pray. Hopefully you hit a target.
Get my bizarre answer to all the the world. Maybe she called. Remember there was a movie or something in the world according to Garp. In the world according to Warren.
The world according to Garp.
We also had a radio, so a blog radio series. It went for 6 hours. It was Robert Anton Wilson Explains Everything, right? Or and then subtitled, or Old Bob Shows His Ignorance.
Well, it could be Warren. It could be Warren of the Worlds.
Warren of the Worlds. Yeah, that's it. Put to Suburbs Hospital. Apparently, the truth is supposed to set you free. Yeah, fair enough. Let's go there. Well, we're getting close to 15 minutes for shut-off time, and we've got how many? Only 18 likes. 18
19.
likes.
I'm seeing 19.
19. I got 18. What do we got? So we've peaked at 41 today. 42 we peaked in. People are still sticking around. I think that people like to stick around through the. Just think of it as the Thai GDP inflation. Just think of it as Thai GDP inflation. Yeah. Question, Wazza, how many men get the surgery? I'm talking of abs, pecs, etc. Look, I wish I could show you this. I read it because I'm in the LGBT scene and I read a lot of the stuff. But there's a guy in Germany had silicone implants in his dick. Just let that sink in, right? It was fucking like, excuse the French. It was something like there was pictures of it. It's like 4 inches round, right? 4 inches diameter and something like 14 inches long, right? And he has to wear special pants, right? This guy, seriously, silicone injection in your dick. Yeah, do you want me to go and find that?
One hell of a Richard, because you're not going to want to say dick for something that size.
That's it. Look, I'd have to go. I'd have to go find it, and it'd take me half an hour to find it. If I can find the information, and you remind me next live stream, then
Not something I want to see. I'm sorry.
I may just have to digitally edit it, and fuzzy out certain parts. But seriously, just the whole idea of it. Somebody put I had a catheter put up my dick when I had the kidney stone. That was painful enough, but to sit there and physically put needles in there, right? The mind boggles, really. I knew a guy with 5 dicks. His pants fitted like a glove. Right, okay. Andy Stubbs is out of here. Good. Have a good one, Andy. I was in Patio Lars. Air quality seemed pretty normal. Haven't been watching this. It's been up and down. But again, we're all wearing masks here in Thailand now, so the air quality is not so bad because we've all got masks on. It also could explain why we didn't really get too badly affected by the virus because we're already conditioned to wearing masks because of the pollution. Excuse me. I had the Stallone surgery on Black Friday last year, but my 10-inch dick is on my forehead now. Honestly, now we've really gone to the depths of depravity. We're talking dick stories now, aren't we? Well, sure, I'm not missing anything. I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, going to school in Hollywood, the Hollywood Hills were always invisible from the smog. Really, I don't know. Every picture ever I saw on the internet always had clear skies of the Hollywood sign. I'll show you how much we're. And Dallo, he's done his usual. Buy me a Red Bull smoothie. Thank you very much, Dallo. Much appreciated. Yeah. So look, I'm just winding things down. Any other questions you got while we wind things down? I know it takes 30 seconds for a reply on that one. But yeah, if you want me to find this article on male augmentation, look, it does go on. And again, here in Thailand, there's breast reduction surgery because there's a lot of girls, what they call tomboys here, and they go for breast reduction surgery, or they take out the mammary glands and things like that. There's actually quite a big whole side of the transgender story, which we could seriously talk about. We're always talking about the pretty girls, but we could always take a discussion about the boys that take the hormones, or the tomboys that take the hormones. They're not going for surgery, the addictomy surgery, but they're definitely sort of having breast reduction surgery and taking hormones, right? And some of them I know some of them are going to gym to build up muscle build, and doing bulking up. There is a whole subculture here in the transgender genre here in Thailand, because again it's not demonized. It's not a taboo subject here in Thailand. And excellent, thanks very much for that. Geez, I'm going to be in Red Bull smoothies for a week here. That's going to be good. I really got to stop drinking those things. I think the caffeine in them, I think it's worse than coffee. I'll have one about maybe 6 o'clock at night, and I find I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning. This is what you do in Thailand. You don't do anything during the day. Everything in Thailand is done after 6 p.m. when everything starts to cool down. Unfortunately, that river thing I want to do, that closes at 7 o'clock at night, so I've got to do that one in daytime. The boats aren't there at night time. But yeah, look, things I got to do. Just got to get out of my comfort zone. 3Jazz. Anyway, love the channel, love the effort and all you do. After this Xmas, spend Red Bull smoothie on me. Okay, you're on. They are to die for. You guys don't know what you're missing out on. It's the jelly stuff. It's the jelly that they put in. They get these little jelly things. So they make the smoothie. They add, I think she adds some lemon juice to it, and something else she adds to it. They blend it all down to the smoothie, and then they get these little jellies, right? And they put 3 jelly things, and they hit it. They just pulses it, and it puts the jelly all through the smoothie, mate. And you're drinking this, and then the jelly goes in your mouth. You go, that was a little surprise. It's like what's the bubble tea? It's a little bit like bubble tea, but it's not bubble tea. I hate bubble tea. But Red Bull smoothie. Red Bull smoothies, you got to try them out there. And they can vary from place to place, because every vendor who makes a Red Bull smoothie or Emerald Bun, they have their own little recipes. There's one at PopeKael Mall. She uses fresh limes in it, which really sort of gives it just a little bit of an edge, a tart edge to it. The one on the corner here, the one that I go to regularly, she has an additive, it's one of those juices that she adds to it, which makes it really, well, her and her mother, actually, there's 2 stalls I found out, because the one that's up near me, she's got a 5-year-old kid, and she's only there 4 or 5 days a week, and every time I want her, she's not there, so I have to go down to her mother's stall now. That's all in the family, but yeah, the mother makes them. She's always there, so she's always. So if the young girl's not there, the mother will be there always. I don't get to miss out on my Red Bulls. Red Bull gives you the hiccups every time. I can't even drink it. Well, you got to try the Red Bull smoothie. That's it, or the Emery bun. You got to try the Red Bull. It's they're just not Red Bulls. That's it. And I think you're talking about the Red Bull carbonated shit that they got licensed in America. It's not the same. It really isn't. I wouldn't touch that Red Bull stuff in America or Australia. Same. I think it's the same stuff, same recipe. It's totally different.
I hate Red Bull. Yeah. It's just disgusting.
What the Thai stuff?
No, the US stuff. It's
The carbonated crap. Yeah, I know that carbonated crap is. That's it. It's carbonated crap, right? It's got nothing to do with Red Bull. It's just
people here like to do Jaeger bombs, and I think Jaeger bomb is done in Red Bull.
Oh, well, so that's what like when we go to the Susie's bar. That's what those little shots she makes. That's what she makes for it's Jägermeister and Red Bull, but it's in a shot glass. Mate, they are great.
They do a glass of Red Bull, and then they take a shot glass of Jaeger and drop it in it. It's like, whoa. I don't like Jaeger to start with, and I don't like Red Bull, so no thank you either way.
No, so Susie does these little, what they call Jägermeister shots, and they're 30% a Jägermeister and 70% a Red Bull in a shot glass, and it has the Jägermeister, overtone taste, so they're really quite yummy, and just she always gives it for free.
Not a fan of licorice here. I'm sorry.
You can get durian.
No, I don't like Jägermeister. I don't like. I can't. Galliano. Don't like any of those.
Well, Galliano Araretto, I was quite partial to it. I haven't found it over here. You can get durian ice cream at the Asian market in large cities in America. Really?
Yeah. You can get the different durian. I mean, you can get the durian plant.
Can you?
Fruit. What do you want to call it? Yeah. I've never done it. I'm no interest in doing it until I get to Thailand, and I'll try it because I don't want to poison my house.
Yeah. So okay, Johnny Siam. Okay. What's it? Bangluk Markets. Bangluk. I don't know. Bangluk lumber. Don't know what you mean there. Warren said, let me know what you mean by Bangluk. Do I have to just search that? Is that something that is something? Or was it a spelling mistake?
What's your favorite beer there, Kevin?
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to try durian from a good source. So.
Just nothing to do with Thailand.
I think cooking. I think durian is worse than cooking crab in your house.
I actually quite like eating crab. I
love eating crab, but it's stinky. It will permeate your house.
But it's getting this stuff out of the shell. It's almost an exercise in futility. But yes, I don't. I said there's one of the restaurants does there's what they call the I can't remember the Thai name for it now. Tod Man Gung, and there's another one for crab. They do a Tod Man crab. I can't remember the crab word for crab. I always go for the Tod Man crab ones because I like the crab flavour. And sometimes when we're doing basically a fish dinner at the restaurants, I'll get the kalpat with crab, which is quite nice as well. But I seriously will not sit there and try to shell a crab.
I grew up with Dungeness crab. Oh my God, that stuff is fantastic. But you have to know how to properly cook it.
Yeah, they always laugh at me every time they have durian. When it's durian season, they get durian downstairs. They just laugh at the facial expressions that I have every time I smell the stuff. Mind you, one thing I don't mind is the durian chips. You know, they're
Right.
cut thin like a chip and deep fried. They are actually quite nice, and I'll eat those. But I won't. The durian. Ugh. But I think anything's good in boiled. You know, deep fried. Deep fry anything, it tastes good.
Yeah, catching the crabs can be a kind of a itchy situation.
Yeah, no, let me talk about stories of crabs. What was it? The A200, the tried and true remedy. The A200. God, that A200 stunk. Okay, so my daughter went through primary school. I think for the 6 years in primary school, I think four times we had to do the crab lice treatment in her hair. Oh my God. But we're not talking about the crab lice for your hair, are we? But yeah, daughters at school and people with, crab lice was never a thing when I went to school. What is it with people in their personal hygiene? Seriously. I think it's a lack of parental supervision and guidance. I think we talked about that the other night, didn't we? Dual income families, let the kids run amok. No education, no bringing up, no taking care of anything. Anyway, we're wrapping down that. Talk to a specialty beer store and you can special order just about anything. Okay, right, Chanya.
Kevin Pearson likes Ranfurly. I don't know. It's a New Zealand beer, apparently.
Yeah, Johnny, so catch you later, Johnny. We are wrapping it up. I've got to find my little closing screen, ending screen thing here. There's the button. I'm going to love you and leave you and get out of here on the 2 hour mark. We're just raving and don't forget hit that like on your way out. I notice when I go and review this thing, probably a day after, the likes are always up there. A lot of people watch my streams after the case. And a couple of the guys who always, a couple of my English followers are always sort of getting up in arms about the fact that I need to do one for their time zone. I have mentioned the fact that if everything goes according to plan with the house and I have my man cave, then I won't have a problem doing a 1 a.m. Thai time live stream for an hour for our English compatriots or our European kinfolk, because it won't keep Chanya awake. So there you go. That's one of the reasons why I don't do anything at night time, because of the fact that Chanya likes to sleep in the same room and can't deal with the bright lights. There are bright lights here if you haven't seen. Just look at the glass. There's lights to give you lighting in front of the camera. You need that for the blue screen, for the chroma key. Anyway, there's a serious infestation of flesh-eating mites in Tunisia. Can't even go outside without taking Chernobyl level precaution for at least 2 years. For the last 2 years going outside. Really? I think I did read something about that recently. But yeah, again, I'd never go anywhere to Tunisia. So thankfully, we don't have to worry about it. Dengue fever is on the rise here in Thailand. We've had more dengue fever problems than we've had COVID. So again, it doesn't make the news, does it? But it makes a little bit of the news if you're reading the right news, but that's what happens. Anyway, thanks for joining in, and we'll get out of here, get out of your face. Me and Oggy are going to go and do some digging in a virtual world. I've got to finish my space platform on my anti-grav platform. Anyway, catch you later, guys. We're out of here, and we'll see you next Saturday. I've got a couple of videos in the bank I'm going to Saturday cut, and hopefully I'll have some more footage from next week as well. I seriously want to get out of the house and do something and get some of that video done. Anyway, I'm out of here, and catch you next time. Nope, wrong screen. That one.